A Richmond police officer shot in the line of duty while investigating an attempted robbery. Tonight, why one of the people arrested after the shooting says he lied to the officer.
Hundreds turned out in Richmond tonight to show their support for Officer Ellis, his family, and his fellow officers.
New tonight, what we've learned about a deadly crash that shut down a Lexington road for hours.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. Tonight, people in a shocked community came together to pray for a Richmond police officer critically injured in a shooting, and we're now learning more about him.
Tonight, 33-year-old Officer Daniel Ellis is still fighting for his life at UK Hospital. Police say he's a 7-year veteran of the Richmond Police Department. They say this morning, while investigating an attempted robbery at a gas station in Richmond, Officer Ellis went to a home on Ballard Drive, and once there, police say Raleigh Sizemore shot Officer Ellis in the head. Another officer then shot Sizemore, who was treated and released from UK Hospital into the custody of police. Sizemore and 2 other people now face charges in this case. Tonight, hundreds of people gathered in Richmond for prayer services for the officer. Our Garrett Weimer is live in Richmond to begin our top story team coverage. Garrett.
I've seen a lot of tears tonight, but I've also seen a lot of hugs and a lot of prayer as the community wrestles with what happened and everyone does what they can to help. As the sun set on a sad day in Richmond, signs of respect started to show up. A single rose, Officer Ellis's cruiser, soon joined by hundreds of people showing their support for him and his fellow officers.
Those are parents, their moms, their dads, they have their own families, and it's just really sad.
They showed not just support but strength, comforting one another with hugs and prayer.
And as you pray, pray with confidence and pray knowing that God hears our prayers.
At another vigil, they sang, a hurting community hoping for healing.
You know, it's a sad day for the Ellis family and a sad day for our police department and the city of Richmond. It's a sad day in our country.
One by one and all together, showing their neighbors, those sworn to serve and protect, they're not alone.
For these officers, for our community in general, we're here and we're together, and this is one time that we're going to be community.
You can see Officer Ellis's cruiser still lit up here behind me in front of the police department. Just another reminder that so many in this city tonight are thinking about and praying for Officer Ellis and his family. Live in Richmond, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. A great show of support tonight by all those people. As we mentioned, 3 people now face charges in connection to that shooting.
Late this afternoon, police arrested the accused shooter, Raleigh Sizemore, and charged him with attempted murder of a police officer and unlawful imprisonment. They also charged Gregory Ratliff with complicity and Rita Creech with robbery. In an exclusive interview, Ratliff talked to us from jail, and tonight we're learning more about the investigation. Monique Blair joins us live from UK Hospital to continue our top story team coverage. Monique?
Well, Sam and Amber, I'm told officers from all over the state have been out here at UK Chandler Hospital all day, standing by the side of 33-year-old Officer Daniel Ellis as he continues to fight for his life. And as he continues to fight for his life, his colleagues spent the day trying to piece together the events that led up to this violent shooting.
It was a tough day for law enforcement officers everywhere as they learned one of their own was shot while trying to protect his community. Police tell us after an armed robbery happened in Richmond, Officer Daniel Ellis and another officer were led to an apartment on Ballard Drive. Police say Greg Ratliff opened the door to that apartment and let Officer Ellis and the other officer inside after telling them that he was the only person inside the apartment and also that there weren't any weapons inside. Police say once Officer Ellis walked into a back bedroom, 34-year-old Raleigh Sizemore shot him in the head. Ratliff was charged with complicity to commit murder of a police officer. In an exclusive interview with Ratliff from the Madison County Detention Center, he told us he lied to the officers because he was afraid of Sizemore.
Okay, so there is a reason why you said that there was no one in the home.
The second officer shot Sizemore after Officer Ellis was shot. Sizemore and Ellis were rushed to UK Chandler Hospital. Sizemore was released Wednesday evening and charged with attempted murder of a police officer and unlawful imprisonment. Police say he held people against their will before the shooting happened.
Because he had another girl in there too, so there was like another girl in there that was been held captive and all kinds of. So it was a messed up situation.
Now, we are told there was a third person inside the apartment when that shooting happened. That person's name is Rita Creech. Creech was also arrested today and charged with robbery. Reporting live in Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. The attempted robbery that Officer Ellis was investigating happened at a Gulf gas station in Richmond this morning. Part of the crime was captured on surveillance video. A gas station manager says a customer walked out to her car. A van pulled up to her. She says a man jumped out of the van and tried to rob the customer at gunpoint. A vehicle description from the video led police to that home on Ballard Drive.
It's heart-wrenching because one of our officers have gotten shot. To think that it was what connected to what happened here. We know just about all of them because they all come here. We supply fuel for the city.
Police say the customer fought back and the suspect left without getting anything. Stay with WKYT for continuing coverage of this story. You'll also find updates on our website, WKYT.com.
New tonight, we're tracking the investigation into a deadly crash that shut down a Fayette County road. It happened just after 6:30 tonight along Johnston Road. That's between Paris Pike and Bryan Station Road. Lexington police say a car went off the road and the driver overcorrected. The car ended up crashing into a tree. The coroner's office says the driver, a 47-year-old man, died at the scene. His name has not been released. The driver was the only person in the car. Johnston Road has since reopened.
It looks like we'll have one more unseasonably warm day before some major changes move into the bluegrass. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Amber. Indeed, one more very mild, almost warm day out there. And I'm getting asked, okay, why are we in this warm pattern to start the month of November? Well, a big dip in the jet stream is out across the western part of the country. That's opening up the eastern part of the country to some very mild air, high pressure. Look at the streamlines coming in from the Gulf of Mexico and from the East Coast. That is normally a warmer flow. Then you look and see all the cold that is gathering behind that storm system that is out across the Rockies as of right now. That's producing snow in the Flagstaff, by the way, this morning. 9 inches of snow for a record for the day out there. That's an indication of how cold the air is behind that. That storm system, though, is going to continue to sweep toward the bluegrass state, wiping out the very mild conditions that we have out there now. It's still 60 or better into much of the area. A couple of pockets of upper 50s showing up. But overall, first thing out the door tomorrow morning, it is a mild one for the trip into work and school. Thermometers upper 50s to around 60. Lunchtime, 70 showing up, 75 for the trip back home. Now, when I come back in just a few minutes, I've got a new hour-by-hour, guys, to time the rainfall into central and eastern Kentucky for your Friday. That's in less than 10 minutes.
We will see you then, Chris. Thank you. New tonight, the youngest daughter of an escort who sparked the Louisville basketball sex scandal has been charged with prostitution. WDRB is reporting that a Brashe Mormon is facing a misdemeanor charge for a citation issued last year. The citation says an undercover detective contacted her through Backpage.com. Her mother, Katina Powell, wrote the book Breaking Cardinal Rules. Powell claims a former Louisville staffer paid escorts thousands of dollars to have sex with recruits. New tonight, Lincoln County school leaders tell us another threatening message has been found at a school.
They say the principal of Lincoln County Middle School found a message in a girls' restroom that said, quote, "Kill everybody, 11-5-15," end of quote. School leaders say they talked to police and they decided to keep the school open tomorrow. They believe the threat is a copycat of other recent school threats. And they do say there will be a police presence at that school tomorrow. Both Kentucky Republicans and Democrats are looking ahead a day after the GOP won most of the statewide offices, including governor. Today, Governor-elect Matt Bevin said he was spending time with his family. Along with the governor's seat, Republicans also control the state Senate. They're now focused on winning control of the state House next year. But Democrats are trying to regroup.
I hope that Governor-elect Bevin steps back a little bit and rethinks that course. If we're going to solve these problems, we're going to have to do it in a bipartisan manner.
I've always told Speaker Stumbo, as he sits in the tunnel, he thinks that's a light at the end. It's not. It's really the train coming at him.
Governor-elect Bevin and Lieutenant Governor-elect Janine Hampton will be inaugurated December 8th in Frankfort. Tonight, friends are remembering a Garrett County teenager. Investigators say he died in a forklift accident.
They say 17-year-old Grant Oakley died yesterday when he fell off of a forklift and was run over at Bluegrass Agriculture Distributors. He had just started working there. Today, his friends at Garrett County High School wore camouflage in his honor.
He's just an all-around great guy, a guy that would always come to you on the road if you needed help, always had everybody laughing.
The Kentucky Labor Cabinet is now investigating what it calls a potential safety violation. They say it is illegal for someone under 18 to operate a forklift.
Tonight, U.S. intelligence leaders say it is possible a bomb brought down a Russian passenger plane in Egypt. More than 200 people died when the Metrojet plane crashed on Saturday. The British government believes a bomb was planted on the plane, and U.S. intelligence telling CBS News it's possible the Islamic State is responsible, but they are not ready to definitively say a bomb was on the plane.
If you are looking to get the flu mist instead of a flu shot to protect you or your children this winter, you may be out of luck. Some pediatricians' offices in the area report a flu mist shortage. Fayette County Health Department officials say their supplier told them a few weeks ago that their flu mist order would be decreased and another shipment wouldn't arrive until late November or early December.
We have plenty of vaccine for the shots. We do not carry very much flu mist. However, we do participate in the VFC program, which is a Vaccine for Children program, and there is some mist available in that program.
Health Department leaders say call ahead before coming in for flu mist. They say a supplier replaced some of the flu strains used in the flu mist, and that's what's caused the delay. A Kentucky native was a huge hit tonight on the Country Music Awards. It is what everyone is talking about online tonight. Chris Stapleton, a native of Johnson County, brought the house down performing with Justin Timberlake on the CMAs. Stapleton also picked up the Best New Artist of the Year award. His first debut solo album, Traveler, won Album of the Year, and he also took home Male Vocalist of the Year award. We are so proud of him tonight.
You were jumping up and down.
Yeah, we're all pretty excited about it.
All
Good
right.
for him.
Way to go for a Kentuckian.